Q.1 Distinction between power and authority. 1. Conceptual foundation. Power and authority are two fundamental pillars of political sociology and organizational behavior, yet they differ in origin, legitimacy, and acceptance. Power is the ability or capacity of an individual or group to influence others' actions or decisions, regardless of whether such influence is accepted voluntarily. Authority, on the other hand, refers to legitimate power, that is, power that is recognized and accepted as rightful by those subjected to it. Thus, power can exist without legitimacy, but authority always carries it. For instance, when a military dictator seizes control of a country through force, he exercises power. When an elected government enforces laws, it exercises authority. 2. Source and legitimacy. The key contrast lies in their source and legitimacy. Power derives from multiple sources: physical strength, wealth, knowledge, or control over resources, and may or may not be lawful. Authority, however, is rooted in legal, traditional, or charismatic legitimacy, as famously classified by Max Weber. A police officer directing traffic does so with authority, as citizens recognize the lawful legitimacy of his commands. Conversely, a gangster controlling a neighborhood through intimidation wields power, not authority. Both achieve compliance, but one through consent, the other through coercion. 3. Nature and functioning. Power is dynamic, often situational and contingent on circumstances. It can be personal or institutional, formal or informal. Authority is stable, structured, and embedded within recognized systems such as governments, corporations, or religious bodies. When a company CEO instructs employees to follow a new policy, the employees comply because of the CEO's legitimate position, authority. However, when a senior employee manipulates others through personal influence or fear, that reflects power. Thus, authority functions within institutional boundaries, while power transcends them. 4. Relationship between the two. Though distinct, power and authority are interrelated. Authority cannot operate without some measure of power to enforce rules, and power often seeks legitimacy to transform into authority. Historical transitions illustrate this linkage. The English monarchy once held both power and authority by divine right, but over time, parliamentary democracy shifted power toward elected representatives, legitimizing authority through popular consent. Similarly, corporate leaders consolidate their personal influence, power, by aligning it with organizational hierarchy, authority. 5. Voluntary acceptance versus coercion. In authority, obedience is voluntary because individuals perceive the rightness of the command. In power, compliance may arise from fear, dependency, or reward. A teacher commands respect because students accept the legitimacy of her role, authority. A bully demands submission through threats, power. Authority, therefore, rests on internalized belief systems. Power often depends on external compulsion. 6. Durability and stability. Authority tends to be more enduring because it is institutionalized. Power is more unstable since it relies on changing factors like control, charisma, or resources. A monarch's authority lasts through generations because it is legitimized by tradition, but a revolutionary leader's power may fade once his influence or support declines. Authority ensures continuity, power, by contrast, ensures immediate effectiveness but may lack sustainability. 7. Practical relevance and application. In modern organizations, distinguishing between power and authority clarifies leadership effectiveness. A manager with formal authority can issue directives, but real influence often depends on the informal power derived from expertise, persuasion, or social networks. In politics, regimes with authority, like democratic governments, tend to enjoy public compliance and stability, whereas those with mere power, like authoritarian rulers, depend on coercion, leading to instability. 8. Theoretical linkages. Max Weber's typology of authority, traditional, charismatic, and legal rational, bridges the gap between sociology and politics. Traditional authority arises from custom, as in monarchies, charismatic authority from personal charm, as in revolutionary leaders, and legal rational authority from formal rules, as in bureaucracies. Each form illustrates how authority is legitimated, whereas Michel Foucault's theory of power shifts the view, emphasizing that power is diffused throughout society and not limited to institutions. Hence, power and authority intersect in both individual and structural dimensions, shaping human behavior at every level. 9. Summary for quick understanding. Power is the ability to influence others, often through coercion or control, while authority is the legitimate right to command, rooted in consent and recognition. Power can exist without legitimacy, but authority always implies it. Power is situational, authority institutional, power enforces, authority commands, power may fade with circumstance, authority endures through structure. 10. Quick revision notes. Power is equal to influence without legitimacy, authority is equal to legitimate power. Power compels, authority commands. Power is personal, authority is institutional. Power relies on fear or reward, authority on consent. Power is unstable, authority is enduring. Power can transform into authority through legitimacy. 11. One-line questions and answers for revision. 1. What is power? It is the ability to influence others' actions, with or without legitimacy. 2. What is authority? It is power recognized as rightful and legitimate. 3. Can power exist without authority? Yes, power can exist without legitimacy. 4. Can authority exist without power? No, authority needs power to enforce compliance. 5. Who linked legitimacy with authority types? Max Weber. 6. Which authority type depends on personal charisma? Charismatic authority. 7. What differentiates power from authority in governance? Legitimacy and public consent. 8. Why is authority more stable than power? Because it is institutionalized and legitimate. 9. What happens when power lacks legitimacy? It faces resistance and instability. 10. How can power become authority? Through acceptance and legitimization by society. 12. Final connection. Power and authority form the dual essence of control and governance in society. Power ensures the capacity to act, while authority ensures the right to act. When combined, they sustain order, governance, and social cohesion. When separated, they breed instability and resistance. Understanding both thus remains central to analyzing leadership, politics, and organizational behavior in any human context. Q.2 Merits and demerits of liberalism.